Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chine. In today's video I'll be teaching you guys how I made this top with a twisted neckline. So if you're interested in learning how I made this, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. So let's get into it. To make this top, I'll be using 2 yards of Duchess material, marker, ruler, tape, and of course my pattern paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is to measure 9 inches from the top of my paper. So I'll measure 9 inches, then I'll draw a straight line. Now this 9 inches is for the twisted neckline. One thing about this top is it looks very difficult, but trust me, it's very easy to make. This line is my shoulder line, so from the shoulder line I'll get my shoulder to bust point, my shoulder to half length, and my shoulder to the full length of my top. So after getting these measurements, I'll just go ahead and draw straight lines. For this top, you will not be needing your shoulder to under bust. So the next thing I'm going to be getting now is my shoulder to chest line. So like I always say in all my videos, to get your chest line, you have to divide your bust measurement by 6, then add 1.5. So I'm going to divide my bust measurement by 6. My bust measurement is 33, so if I divide it by 6, I'll get 7 inches. Then I added half inch for my shoulder joining. I hope you guys understand. From the center front on the shoulder line, I'll come in by 2 inches. Then I'll use my ruler to draw a slanted line. Okay, just do it exactly the way you see me doing it. The next thing I'll do is to measure 7 inches. I'll also go to the top and measure 7 inches. Then I'll use my ruler to connect the line. This part is for the twisted neckline. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to get the neckline. Now the neckline is after this 7 inches. So after the 7 inches, I'm going to mark 5 inches. All right, now this 5 inches is for the neckline. So I'll divide the line by 2, then I'll come down by 0.5. Now I just want to give the neckline a little curve. Okay, I want to give the neckline a little curve. So after getting the neckline, so the next thing I'll do is to start imputing my measurements. So I'll divide my bust into 4, then I'll add 2 inches. Now 1 inch is for ease. I don't want the top to be too fitted. Then 1 inch is for my sewing allowance. So on the chest line, I'm going to impute my bust measurement. I'll also do the same thing on my bust point line. On the half length, I'll put my waist measurement and add 2 inches for ease and for sewing allowance. Then on my full length, I'm going to put my hip measurement. I'll also add 2 inches. Then I'll just use my ruler to connect. So after connecting the line, I'm going to be getting my shoulder measurement. On the shoulder line, I'll come down by 4 inches. I know you're wondering how I arrived at 4 inches for the shoulder. Now I will explain. So when you're drafting your normal basic bodies, for the neckline, you measure 3 inches for the width. Now what is left for the shoulder sometimes it's 4 inches or is 5 inches depending on the person's size. So that's how I got the shoulder measurement. Then I went up by half inch so that I will still have the slanted line on the shoulder. Then I'll just connect it to the chest line like this. So that curve right now is the armhole. In case you're confused, you don't need to worry. When I start sewing, you understand exactly how I made the top. So this is the front pattern. I'm going to be cutting it out. And for the back pattern, you just need to draft it the same way you draft your basic bodies. So I'm done cutting the front pattern and this is what it looks like. So if I try to squeeze it, you can see the shoulder line and the neckline. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to draft my back pattern. For the back, I'll get my full length and my half length. Then I'll add 1 inch for zip allowance. The next thing I'll do is to get my shoulder measurement. So my shoulder measurement is 14. If I divide it by 2, I'll have 7 inches. Then I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll get the chest line and I'll get my shoulder width and the shoulder depth. So once I've connected everything, I'll now impute my measurement. I'll put the bust measurement, then I'll add 2 inches. I'll also put the waist measurement and add 2 inches. Then I'll put the hip measurement and add 2 inches. I'll use my ruler to connect the lines. Then I'll go ahead to cut the back pattern. After cutting my back pattern, the next thing I'll do is to transfer the pattern to fabric. So I'll fold my fabric into 2. Then I'm going to cut exactly what I have on the pattern. I'll only add ½ inch on the armhole so that I can be able to join my sleeve. Aside from that, I'm cutting exactly what I have on the pattern. So you just have to trace it out, look at what I'm doing and do exactly the same thing so that you can achieve the same result. So I'm done cutting. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut my sleeve. The sleeve is going to be a puff sleeve, not so big, just a moderate puff sleeve. I'm measuring the length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 23, and for the width, I don't want the puff to be too much, so I'm going to be using 11 inches for the round sleeve. So on the side, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. Then from the top, I'll just connect to the side. I'm going to be using my scissors to cut out the sleeve. Now you can choose to use your basic sleeve pattern to cut this out. I'm already used to using freehand to cut my basic sleeve, so just do what works for you. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start sewing. To start sewing this top, the first thing I'm going to do is to open up the front. That's 9 inches I left on top. I'm going to fold it into 2. Then I'll go to my sewing machine and run a straight stitch. Now you need to use your pins to hold it first, especially if you're working with a Duchess material. You need to work with your pins. Use your pins to hold it. Do the same thing for both sides. Then go to your sewing machine and run a straight stitch. I'll just quickly do that, then I'll show you guys what it looks like. Please don't forget, I'm doing the same thing for both sides and make sure it's equal. So this is what I have after sewing both sides. So the next thing you're going to do is to join the shoulder. I'll just take the shoulder of the back, then I'll join to the shoulder of the front. This is the shoulder of the front, so I'll just pick one side of the back and join to the front. I'll do the same thing on both sides, then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. I'm done joining the shoulder here. The next thing I'll do is to twist the neckline. So I'll pick one side of the 9 inches extension, then I will twist it to the other side. When I was drafting the front pattern, there's a place I measured 5 inches, then I came down by 0.5, then I used my ruler to make a curve and I said it was the neckline. So that's where I'm joining the 9 inches extension. You can actually go back and watch it so you have a better understanding of what I'm doing here. I'm using my pins to join it all the way to the back. When you use pins, it will be more easy for you to understand. So just watch what I'm doing closely. with my paint, and this is what it looks like. The next thing I'm going to do now is to go to my sewing machine and sew it. Then I'll show you guys what it looks like. So I'm done sewing it here, and this is what it looks like. Okay, now you can use your weaving machine to just weave inside. The next thing I'll be doing is to fix my zip. Now you fix the zip from the extension on top. So I'll go ahead and fix the zip, then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. So I'm done fixing the zip here, and this is my top is coming together. The next thing I'll do now is to join the sleeves, then I'll join the sides, and the top is ready. I also shaped the front armhole, so you can shape yours as well. For the sleeves, I wanted to do small gathers on the shoulder, but I changed my mind, so I went ahead to reduce it. So I'll just fix the sleeves, then I'll show you guys the final result. I'll fix the sleeve and I'll close the sides, then I'll show you guys the final result. Please, when you're done making this top, iron it very well. Iron it very well. That's when you actually see the beauty. So I'm done fixing the sleeve. I also went ahead to close the sides. I added elastic on the wrist. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you learned something. If you have any question, please ask me in the comments section. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be notified. This is the finished result. I really love this top. It's just simple and very classy. So let me know in the comment section if you're going to recreate this design. See you guys in my next video. Bye.